Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy G-reg. My bad. We had to restart the video real quick because my stream wasn't working. We were watching Dr. Insanity with Suspects Are Smarter Than Police, man. Before we start, man, let me just say something real quick. If you guys like energy drinks that get you real focused, real energized, without that extra, you know what I'm talking about, that extra bad taste, the itchiness, the whatever it is. If you guys want a nice, smooth energy drink that will get you laser focused without the itching, that gets you more than even pre-workout, man. Even pre-workout. Alright? The bucked up pre-workout gets you fucked up. If that's what you like, the itching, go get the pre-workout. But if you guys just like the energy for your daily, routine, go to buckedup.com. Use code Greg6, all lowercase, get a discount, and it helps me out. Now, everybody crack open your bucked up, hit the blunt, do whatever you need to, and let's get into it.
There aren't that many cases where the suspects are smarter than the authorities. But in these 4 cases, the police are completely outclassed. Mark Dinclow was a gang leader accused of kidnapping, torturing, and murdering a former member. But what police didn't know is that Mark was about to completely outsmart them. In July of 2015, Robert Huggins' body was found badly beaten with a fractured skull, lacerations across the chest, and missing nipples. Robert had been kicked from the Gypsy Joker Motorcycle Club just days earlier, so eventually Mark was identified as the lead suspect and brought in for interrogation.
You're with a motorcycle club. You have some affiliation with one, is that right?
I don't have any answers for questions like that.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking is that a few months back, a gentleman named Jeff Sudan, you know him? He threw your name out in conjunction with kind of a repossession of a car, or collection of a car. That sounds
Sudan
to you?
No. Jeff Sudan almost might. I'm not sure about that. It seems like Sudan rings a bell somewhere, but no collections of a car. No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Mark makes it clear to the cops exactly how his interrogation is going to go, stating that he simply won't be answering any questions he doesn't want to. However, he's chosen to waive his right to an attorney, meaning he has to approach the interrogation completely on his own. The cops ask a few more questions about Mark's background, but he quickly decides they've heard enough.
Okay, so this last time, how long was she?
So there's my background. That's it on Nicole. What else you want to know?
Okay.
Is Nicole the problem here?
Nicole had let me back up a little bit. How long have you been in a relationship?
I'm not going to answer any more questions about Nicole. I don't have any more answers for you until I find out what you're talking about.
Okay, well,
you guys brought me in. I didn't bring you in. I want to hear what you got to talk about.
Well, I'm trying to get to that, but part of that's going to involve how long you've known Nicole.
Well, if you don't want to tell me what the heck I'm doing here, say so. Because I'm not going to sit here and give you a bunch of my background so you can play whatever kind of game you're playing. This is kind of stupid, man. I just got picked up and treated pretty roughly. You can still see the marks on my hands. This one was completely asleep all the way here, and thrown in a complete silent room there. I want to know what the heck's going on, man.
Okay.
As is common in many cases like this, Mark hasn't been told why he's been brought in. However, he's already put 2 and 2 together. After Robert was kicked from the gang, he broke into Mark's house, tied up and threatened Nicole, and stole a large amount of firearms as revenge. Regardless, Mark is still refusing to answer any questions, and trying his best to confirm.
And Mark doing the street code, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Keeping his mouth shut. What you know, you know. And what you don't know, you don't know.
Why he's even there in the first place.
Nicole took off in a car that she may have purchased with assets that belonged to you, something like that. And then Jeff Sudan and a couple other guys kind of returned that car to you. Does that make sense to you?
Or attempted to.
So if we got the story wrong, can you help us out with that?
Well, I'm not going to straighten your story out. No, I'm not. Not until I find out why I'm sitting here.
Well, a few months before this car thing happened, Nicole was at your house, and somebody busted in the house and roughed her up a little bit, tied her up. You remember that?
I can't really answer to that. You're going to have to get that story from her.
Mark's suspicions have now been confirmed, and he's probably also linked it all the way back to Robert's death. What's interesting, though, is that his body language doesn't change at all when the cop starts to talk about the break-in. Usually you'd expect some sort of movement or obvious discomfort, but he actually remains completely still, only moving to display how ridiculous the cop's claims are.
Who did you tell about what did happen?
Oh, God. Tons of people, man.
Okay. Give me some examples.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to sit here and name names for you, man. But I'll tell you what I don't really understand why this stuff that you're talking about with this dude and the car stuff, why would that get handcuffs put on me?
Well,
why would those handcuffs go on me? What did I do that was illegal in any of that stuff? What did I even have to do with it? I wasn't even there for any of it. None of it. Okay. Not anything that you talked about so far. I was a long way away from it. So why would I get handcuffs put around my wrist for it?
Fortunately for Mark, there's a very simple way to get access to all the information he's looking for. All he has to do is get a lawyer. In a criminal case such as this one, the police are required to give an attorney all of the evidence proving the accused may be innocent or guilty. Many people have an incorrect belief that asking for a lawyer is an inherent admission of guilt, but every suspect, guilty or not, has a complete, unquestionable right to an attorney. Asking for one at any point in the investigation is completely fine, and cannot be used against you in court. Over the next few minutes, the cops question Mark further about Nicole and her friends, before finally deciding to bring up Robert.
One of her junkie friends?
Tiger Bob?
Yeah. That ring?
Yeah, I know who that is. It's the guy that got killed about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he one of the ones who set this up with Nicole?
Man, you're going to have to, if you're trying to like tie that into this or something like that, you're going to have to talk to Nicole about that.
Okay. So was Bagger Bob one of your friends, not hers?
Yeah, well, like I said, actually, if now that fucking you're starting to bring his name into it, and he got killed, now I don't think I have any other questions to answer for you. Now I think having a lawyer here might be a good idea.
Okay. Sorry, you said.
I think that'd be a good idea if you're starting to ask questions about a dead guy.
Okay. Let me clarify something with you.
Okay.
Do you want us to keep chatting, or do you want to talk to a lawyer? I need to know that.
You can keep chatting. I'll keep listening a little longer before I call in a lawyer. Yeah.
Okay.
Now that Robert has been brought in, Mark knows it's the right time to ask for a lawyer, but still decides against it. This is probably because he's trying to show some amount of compliance. Each time Mark says he's got nothing to say, he usually follows that up by giving police at least a small piece of information. Mark currently has a dilemma. He must either choose whether to continue talking with the police in an effort to seem more innocent, but risk slipping up and giving them too much info, or completely shut down and refuse to give any more information. He can't have it both ways.
Now what?
Well,
am I arrested for anything?
You're being detained at this point.
Okay, but I'm not under arrest quite yet.
That's correct.
Okay, then I don't need a lawyer quite yet. Do you suspect me of something?
Well, help us get this uncomputed.
Because if you suspect me of doing a crime, let me know so I can get a lawyer. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I don't think we've accused you of committing a crime.
No, you haven't, and that's why I'm still looking at these marks on my wrist and going, man, what a way to treat somebody who's not suspected of doing a crime.
Okay.
You know?
What Mark doesn't seem to realize is that they technically have accused him of a crime. In criminal law, being detained means to hold an individual in custody.
I was just gonna say, if you're detained, bro, you're suspected of a crime.
Reasonable suspicion that
Fuck, I forgot to put the odor on.
or are about to be engaged in
Chad.
criminal activity. Taking this at face value, the cops have just explicitly told Mark they believe he's a criminal. It's clear that Mark believes he knows what's up in the interrogation rule, but he's definitely missing out on some crucial pieces of knowledge.
Can you clarify anything for us about Bagger Bob?
Any stories that I tell at all about that guy, they dip into club business. It's club stuff. And I'm not going to go club stuff with you guys for nothing. That's just, it's against my rules, and it ain't going to happen.
Okay. Even when he was out at the club?
That big a deal to tell you guys that he stole from the club. And then when he got caught for it, he blamed it all on heroin, which was an automatic kick out for him. So it's not like we found out about the heroin, we found out about the stealing. And when we jumped about the stealing, he blamed it all on heroin. That's what happened. He got kicked out of the club like anybody would.
Despite telling the cops that he isn't going to say anything about Robert, he decides to talk about him and the club for another 20 full minutes, going on huge tangents and telling random stories completely unrelated to the case. The cops then decide to take a break and leave Mark alone for a further 20 minutes before returning once again and asking if he'd like a lawyer.
So a few times you've, mentioned...
I'm not gonna lie, this motherfucker right here, he's a dumbass. The dude with the fucking bland hair, dumbass detective. I'm gonna be straight up stupid motherfucker, bro. How do you let this motherfucker be a detective, bro? Real shit. I could outsmart, bro, I'm not gonna lie. He's a fucking moron.
Maybe not. We'd like to talk to you further, but we just want to make sure. It's your choice. If you want a lawyer, that's fine. We'll stop communicating here. If you don't want a lawyer, you can keep talking. And obviously has the right to explain.
Hey, stupid fuck.
You're going to get arrested or you wouldn't have me call a lawyer in here. Then definitely I want a lawyer. If I'm going to get arrested, I want a lawyer, yeah.
So like I said, I don't know what your charges are going to be. That's being determined.
Yeah, man.
So
if there's going to be charges. So you guys are, so I just have to sit here now. I'm going to wait for you guys to decide what my charges are going to be. What a bunch of crap, man. Why didn't you figure that out before you came and got me if you're going to charge me with something? This is, this is pretty rude treatment for somebody who isn't charged with anything yet.
Well, part of it was determined on what you were able to tell us, or willing to tell us.
Yeah,
because
well,
you're the only one who can talk yourself out of the hole you're in.
Well, hole?
Yeah.
I'm not in the hole, man. Well, I mean, you guys may think I'm in a hole, but I know I'm not in a hole because have you done anything that you should be arrested for lately? I know I haven't.
It turns out, Mark was absolutely in a hole, about as deep a hole as you could manage to get. After a long legal battle, Mark and another club member, Chad Erickson, were both charged with kidnapping and torturing Robert Huggins to death, and as of 2022, were sentenced to life behind bars. But unlike Mark, DaBaby made the cops look outright stupid when he was brought in for a...
I remember this, bro. I remember this shit, bro. This is corny though.
Assaulting and robbing the owner of a nightclub. DaBaby, aka Jonathan Kirk, was brought in for an interrogation. But little did the detectives know, he was about to completely outsmart them and show exactly how you should act in this situation.
What's your full name?
Come on.
Would you want to get through? This is just a formality. Just name, date of birth, and all that stuff.
Immediately, it's obvious that this isn't going to be an easy one for the detectives. Kirk starts off by refusing to answer any of the officer's questions, even just regarding his own name. He's already been read his Miranda rights, informing him that he has the right to remain silent, so it seems as though he's choosing to do just that. Interestingly, however, he is choosing to waive his right to a lawyer, and let's be honest here, it's not because he can't afford it. The best course of action if you're ever put in this scenario is to stay silent and ask for a lawyer. But this time, Kirk is confident that he'll be able to wriggle out of this himself, as long as he chooses his words carefully.
An incident occurred at the hotel, 1500 Southwest First Avenue. That you were there for, correct?
What incident?
An incident. You had an altercation with somebody?
No.
You didn't. Did you have a business dealing with somebody?
No.
You didn't. No. So somebody didn't bring you $20,000 in front of the hotel in your SUV?
No. Somebody bring $20,000 that wasn't theirs and lied to them and told them it was for them theirs on the 31st. And lied to them. That person, once he realized they was doing bad business, said nah and left for his $20,000.
Okay, so you didn't count?
And got my contact information to do business the right way. That's what happened.
So what time was this?
I don't know. Whatever time they told you. Whatever time the camera showed me not robbing no damn body that time.
Kirk is claiming that he had nothing to do with anything that happened outside. His story is somewhat unclear, but he's essentially saying that his manager was talking with an event promoter about playing at a nightclub called Cafe Iguana Pines. But it turns out the money that they were offering was stolen, and the promoter was acting strange during the deal. So instead of taking it and going through with it anyway, he told them to get their act together and left without an argument. This, of course, does not explain the altercation outside that was clearly caught on camera, but with the footage unclear and no witnesses nearby to identify the assailants, as long as Kirk sticks to his story, theoretically, things should be perfectly fine.
Common sense. You know what I made to even be down here? A promoter booked me at that hotel. I didn't pay to be at the hotel. I was paid for. You let me in my room, you would have saw close to $250 million cash legally hard-earned. I don't got to take nothing from nobody, bro. Let me ask you this. I would go outside here right now and throw $10,000 in the air. Like, I do not care about no money. I don't, bro.
Them detectives are pissed off, bro. They know because they know it's true, bro. They know it's true, bro. Even if they get there, they know it's true, bro.
No, it was an argument. I didn't argue with a soul.
I'm not gonna lie. These guys are fucking pussies, too. Fuck these cops. Motherfucker's fat, bro. Like, fuck this fat lard, bro. I'd fucking get your fat ass out of here, bro.
I didn't argue with a soul. My voice was never raised. It was never aggressive language for me. None of that. None of that. No, I ain't seen no fight. I mean, nothing's taken. We shouldn't be in no robbery. So when y'all be done doing what y'all doing, y'all need to do y'all job. Y'all need to follow y'all process. Y'all need to arrest whoever gave y'all these false allegations for this bullshit.
While it may just look like Kirk is flexing his rapper money here, this is actually a very good point for him to bring up in this situation. If he's doing random $30,000 deals on a weekday and paying for hundreds of thousands of people per month, what does he need $80 and an iPhone for? The further he can place himself from this event, both literally and figuratively, the better. From Kirk's point of view, he was nowhere near that crime. He had no reason to commit that crime, and he has sound and reasonable explanation for his whereabouts at the time. However, from the detective's side, a crime was committed, and Kirk's vehicle was right there as it happened. So they need to try and extract the information needed to piece his day together to come up with a story that Kirk cannot.
At Berkeley Acura, our goal is to provide an exceptional experience for each of our guests. We aim for nothing less. Family-owned.
Not argue with. That forces him into a confession.
When I encountered you in the hotel, you came back to the concierge, the counter. Yeah. Where were you coming from at that point?
Prime time, whatever the hell I went to eat. I went to get food.
Where is that?
I don't remember.
You don't know?
No.
How'd you get there?
Bro, motherfuckers don't know. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you eat? What'd you do? There's 12:31 with 31 seconds left in the minute. Where were you at? Bitch, we're high most of the fucking time, dog. Motherfucker, guarantee that's in Florida, too. He was stoned the whole fucking time, dog. What do you mean? What are you doing? Where you at? How do you do that? Where were you at before that? You bald fuck? Not all of us are insecure about their fucking wives and have to track their wives, you pussy. Guarantee this motherfucker does, bruh. Guarantee it. You fucking cuck, bruh. She's fucking somebody else right now. While you in here fucking with the baby, wishing you could be him.
What kind of guy?
And I don't even like the baby like that, bro. I don't. I really don't. But these two cops are salty as fuck, and that, it is showing.
Car you drove? Somebody else drove?
Uber? Yeah.
What kind of car was it? Small car, SUV, truck, what?
I don't know. Let's talk about what matters.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in the same headspace as the baby. Real shit. Get to the deep shit. Come on. Get to the part that matters.
Talk about what y'all need to get me about this stuff. When I'm driving in the car, what I went to go eat, what time I went, that don't have nothing to do with the fact I ain't robbed it down, so me, nobody around.
Look at Fat Boy, bro. Look at Fat Boy. He's getting fucked up right now. He's like, damn, I'm about to get fired. Yeah, you stupid fat bitch. I don't even want to disrespect cops like that, but these guys are morons. This dude over here, this bald fuck, not even saying shit. Well, they're both bald. But like, bro, I don't know, man. These detectives are not detectives.
Let's take the real robbery out of the picture.
So why we?
Let's take the robbery out of the picture. Let's take the crime you're accusing him of out of the picture. You might as well just, never mind. Just stay quiet.
Take the word robbery out of the picture, y'all. So y'all robbery detectives is robbery. That's the second word he said. That's the second word he said when he came in here. Robbery. Come on, bro. Okay, listen. He told me he asked a question to me about a robbery when I walked in my hotel. Robbery. I had every answer to the question you needed right there. Whoa, that ain't it. That's false. Throw that out the window. We talking about robbery, bro. It's nothing for me to talk about.
So do you think that we just woke up this morning and decided to just...
I think y'all got a phone call from somebody that's already a liar. I know they're a liar. Got a phone call from somebody that's a liar and y'all bought it. Y'all got me in here and y'all put me in handcuffs. Brought me outside the hotel in handcuffs, cameras and shit all on me. Come on, bro. This shit is bad for what I got going on. And I ain't even do shit to that, man.
Even without a lawyer present, Kirk knows exactly what to do.
I'm not gonna lie, the baby been there, done that, bro.
He's upper hand in this interrogation and needs to keep it that way. The cops are searching for anything that puts Kirk at the scene of the crime, but by redirecting the conversation away from that, back to what he thinks is actually important, there's no realistic way that they'll be able to get what they need. But even though he's winning, it's still worth noting how strange it is that he's not asking for a lawyer. Kirk obviously knows exactly what to do in an interrogation and has clearly spent time learning what to do. If that's true, he should also know that there's next to no scenarios where lawyering up will harm his case. But whether it's an ego thing or just a lapse in his thinking, Kirk is definitely still winning this interrogation. But he's about to start absolutely dominating.
Yo, what up? My bad, hold on. How you text me?
It's legally binding. It's legally binding. Everything I do, you have to sign a contract. You got to sign a contract.
Okay,
it's a contract right now.
The whole incident happened and nothing went wrong. Nothing happened. There was no...
Not to one.
There was no fight. There was no scuffle.
You saw me raging on Siege? When was I raging on Siege? Hey, when was I raging on Siege?
I ain't fighting nobody. But y'all know it's too much. Y'all know too many lies. You get what I'm saying? That's why y'all gotta move backwards like that, bro. Like,
you're saying that they're lies, but you don't know what we have done.
You don't have shit, bitch. Oh, for the headshot?
I know if y'all had proof of me robbing somebody, we wouldn't even be talking. Y'all would have cuffed me. I would be charged with it. That's what I know, bro. That's what I know.
Now, while this isn't necessarily true in every case, it is absolutely true here. If you're in an interrogation room and the cops are trying to find out details of the case and accusing you of a crime instead of charging you immediately, it very likely means that they're missing the details needed to charge you. In the vast majority of cases, an interrogation is only done to extract a confession when they don't have enough evidence to easily convict you otherwise. There are a few other niche scenarios, such as trying to figure out why you committed a crime, but it's often very easy to distinguish why exactly you're there based on what you know about the event and what questions they're asking. If the cops know that you're guilty and have irrefutable evidence, cooperation has a lot of merit, but if they can't prove you did what they say you did, stay silent and ask for a lawyer, especially if you're innocent.
I ain't your side of the story. My side of the story, I ain't done that. I don't have a side of the story. I ain't done nothing to nobody.
So that's what
and before something could be done.
I'm sorry, this dude right here interrupted. He's a fucking moron. He's just gonna make him shut up even more, bro. Fucking idiot, dude. Shut your bald ass up, dog. Go back to fat boy.
I realized I was dealing with
Jesus, bro.
Bad business. And I
What do you say was bad business?
What?
What do you say was bad business?
I already told y'all that you want to rewind this. You want to rewind it, bro? I already told y'all, bro.
Hey, W baby, bro. Fuck these fucking cops. I don't say that much. Fuck these fucking cops, bro. They're fucking idiots.
It's not, bro. It's right here. So you press stop and rewind and play. Come on here. I said it was bad business, bro. Come on, bro. This nigga going my phone up all day all night.
I'm not gonna lie.
But his event. he already was in deep water because he's already doing, and I see why, he's already doing bad business. You see what I'm saying? He had to convince it wasn't going to go as planned. He needed me to make up for that. He needed me to cover his ass, so he brought in another person, lied to him, swindled him. He thinking he coming to book me for a whole different event, and they tricking him, got him paying me to come do a walk through the night. Come on, bro. He niggas full of shit. And matter of fact, check them cameras. Y'all got crime scene investigation unit out there, check the cameras. He meet up with somebody else in the lobby. Ask him, hey, who is that? Ask him. Follow up on what I'm telling y'all. I mean, shit. At the end of the day, I would expect people to act on common sense anyway.
The cops have realized that they're definitely not getting anything out of him for now. He's told his side of the story and made it clear that it won't be changing, no matter what they say. So, as is the protocol here, the detectives decide to leave the room and spend some time outside trying to come up with their next move. This is also often done as it gives the suspect time alone in the room to sit and build up anxiety. In many cases, it can actually be the difference between breaking through a suspect or not. But in this case, Kirk literally just shut his eyes and went to sleep. This dude really does not care.
That would be, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I did the same shit too. I fell fucking asleep, bro.
However, it seems as though the detectives couldn't come up with their next step and decided that nothing was going to make this guy budge. The next time a detective returned, it was regarding the security of Kirk's belongings that had been left in his hotel room. Even though he hasn't been convicted yet, he was still the prime suspect of this investigation, so he'd be spending some time in jail while they figured out what to do and gathered all the evidence they could. So they just had to figure out what to do with his stuff while he was locked up. But obviously, Kirk refused to let them touch his stuff and just let the hotel deal with it. Kirk was facing a possible sentence of up to 15 years in prison plus a $10,000 fine.
Yo, these cops are fucking bogus, bro. These cops are so pissed off that they can't convict his ass that fast. They gave him 15 years. Rapist? Yes, I'm saying it. People that rape people get fucking 9 years, bro. 8 years, bro. Yo, the government's fucked up, dog. Real shit, that's fucked up, dog. You get fucking 10 to 20 years for drug possession, for stealing, but you go rape somebody, you get fucking 9 years. You're fucked up, bro.
Plus any charges they could slap him with for the battery. That's only if they could gather enough evidence, though.
That's I'm not gonna lie, that's fucked up, bro.
They absolutely were not getting from Kirk, or the blocked security footage that was the only evidence the crime even took place. So just after 48 hours in jail, DeBaby was released and sent on his way. Just 2 months later, all charges were dropped, and he remained a free man. But Jeff Pearson's story by far trumps the others, as he wasn't a famous rapper. He was just a heroin addict. Reports began flooding into the local PD when alarm bells began to sound in a local 7-Eleven, but there was no suspect to be found anywhere close. Police decided to expand the search, and that's when they heard commotion in a nearby house. Without any other leads, they stormed in, discovering Jeff inside, sitting next to a gun. And that's when Jeff was arrested and brought in to be interviewed. The next 24 hours were captured on police cameras within the interview room. But conversely to most footage similar to this, it was originally uploaded to the suspect's own YouTube channel on the 25th of September 2011.
This is fucking odd. I'm not gonna lie. Bro pulled up his fucking interrogation video and posted it on his YouTube.
This is the first sign of what makes Jeff a cult figure and a legend within the interrogation community. Jeff was held in police custody for almost an entire day, but all of the footage from the 3 interrogation sessions held barely 15 minutes. Given that robbery and arrest took place within the state of Georgia, the usual minimum sentence would be around 10 years imprisonment, ranging up to a maximum of life without parole. But it would transpire...
Robbery? But those other crimes won't get you
that
shit.
Jeff wouldn't end up doing a minute of this time. And instead of serving multiple decades behind bars, he spent a day being served drinks and candy while delivering a masterclass in what to do while in police custody. The following footage shows us in stunning detail what methods the cops will try on you and how to dodge them like an absolute pro. The footage starts with Jeff handcuffed in a small windowless room.
All you gotta do is smoke some meth, bro.
It's clear he's
Get away
already
from
been
the cops.
processed and spent some time in a cell, likely while the cops spent some time gathering the evidence and prepared to question him.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay?
Jeff immediately opens by asking if he's under arrest and on what grounds. From the first moment, it's evident that Jeff has done his research, as this is exactly what you should be doing in this situation. From here, there are two options. If you're not being arrested or detained, you can state that you're also not obligated to stay and answer questions. And you should be completely free to leave the interrogation. If you are being arrested, you can then immediately ask for a lawyer and stay silent until you're provided with one. These options give you the best chance of stopping the police in their tracks and allow you to create the best defense possible. What's amusing is that when you're being arrested in America, the officer is actually legally obligated to remind you of this. Take a listen to the Miranda warning that this detective reads out to Jeff.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we question you. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you?
These 3 points are incredibly important and are often overlooked by the average citizen due to the panic of being arrested in the first place. Alongside this, because of how much we hear these lines in media such as police shows and movies, most people completely glaze over it when they're being read these rights, and fail to take into account that they're actually being provided with useful information that allows you to stay safe and protected while in police custody. What this detective didn't mention, though, is that if you ask for a lawyer while under arrest, they are not allowed to continue questioning, and you have a complete, unquestionable right to refuse to answer any questions they may ask until you're provided with an attorney. The detective also ends the rights with a snide remark about Jeff's past, meant to subconsciously remind him that he is a previously convicted criminal.
Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand?
We're getting paid more than you are, so we can sit here for a long time, man.
I just need you to answer me yes or no. Do you understand your rights? Let's get through that question.
Bro's a meth head dog. I hope you get paid
Damn,
more.
I read you. Did you come?
We know that high-quality foods you can trust can be challenging. That's why...
Shut up.
Comprehend what I read you.
Jeff has been explicitly told he has the right to remain silent, so that's exactly what he's deciding to do. Right here, the leading detective leans back in his chair. This was meant to show that he's unconcerned with Jeff's silence, and that he can stay there as long as necessary. But body language like this usually indicates some form of unrest. It's clear that the detective knows that this is going to be a tricky few hours for them.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
But your chance to do it.
Okay, good.
Alright, okay, can I say something? Cops, you guys gotta stop saying the same shit. Well, if you didn't do it, this is your chance to give us your side of the story. Bitch, we already know, anytime you say that shit, we already know you're trying to manipulate us. Or anybody that's in there. You guys have to, what's the word? Not look like cops. Like,
no, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
I'm making a laugh, bro. This is
dominance we're talking about. Jeff just took everything the cops had and dumped it in that garbage can.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just wanted to understand what I read to you.
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
I'm getting back to the cell. I don't talk to you motherfuckers.
Okay.
In this first round of interrogation, Jeff exhibited exactly the correct behavior given his current circumstances. He knows the cops have nothing on him. They wouldn't be there talking to him in the first place if they did. So he stays silent. And so it's off back to his cell he goes. But 2 hours later, he's brought back to the same room for round 2.
You wanted a Coke?
Yeah.
You gonna be able to pop it open, or you need me to?
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone or what?
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Because I'm a fucking junkie, and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
A can of soda is all Jeff requested before he returned to the interrogation room. But he immediately mentions the withdrawals that he's likely already starting to feel. However, methadone, the drug Jeff asked for at the start of this conversation, can be used to significantly reduce the effects of the withdrawal. It can even reduce the cravings he's also probably been experiencing for the entire time he's been in police custody.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy.
10 years? 15 years?
I hardly been alive that long. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, right? I'm in a shitty, wrong place at wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't talk to the police, man.
Jeff is clearly through with the personal talk and wants to get back to the matter at hand.
Oh!
He's been arrested for something he didn't do and wants to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Okay. I've been through the system, buddy. I know
you have. I know you have.
You're not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or
I'm not trying to get you.
All you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I didn't do nothing.
I'm not trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery. And y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside. There are cops everywhere. And they spotlight me. They say, come here. I say, what's up? They search me. They ain't find nothing. What's up?
Let me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. So let me read it.
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it.
The irony of this cop saying he's not trying to get Jeff while he has him handcuffed in an interrogation room questioning him is very amusing. But even through all this, every part of what Jeff said here is so perfect it almost sounds rehearsed. It's an incredible display of personal legal defense, and is even more impressive when you layer it with the fact that Jeff is almost definitely starting to experience withdrawals. I also want to highlight the point Jeff made about how cops are simply trying to force a confession out of him. One of the main techniques used in these interrogations is the Reed technique, developed by a former cop and psychologist in the 1960s after he extracted a confession from a man accused of murdering his own wife. The technique consists of 9 steps, beginning with a polite discussion about why the suspect is being accused of the crime, followed by using certain body language and actions within the interrogation as a display of guilt. The method ends with offering the suspect 2 alternative statements they can agree with, one of which is slightly more acceptable than the other. But whichever is chosen admits guilt, and is counted as a confession.
Ain't nobody falling for a fucking tactic that was used in the 50s, dog. Like what, bro? Ain't nobody falling for that dumb shit.
Exceedingly good at extracting false confessions from innocent suspects. In fact, the original case that technique was formed around fell apart after discovering that the man, in fact, did not kill his wife and was tricked into giving a false confession. Absolutely next level gaslighting.
Tell me what happened last night.
Cops are, that's what I'm saying. Don't date a cop, don't date a fucking nurse. The worst fucking people to date or marry people in law enforcement and people in the medical field. You guys don't want my opinions on doctors and nurses, bro. If you're not a surgeon, bro, get the fuck out. I don't need no motherfucker that's 40 years old, balding, fat as fuck, with no fucking strength or no muscles telling me how to fucking treat my body. Straight up. I don't need none of that shit, bro. They don't know. Real shit, they don't know. They don't. Doctors don't know shit, bro. They don't. I'm going to say it. I went in with my fucking back 3 times before they figured out what was wrong. I went into the ER at 12 at night. They give me some pain meds, go home, come back at 4 or 3:30 in the morning because the pain was so bad again. I couldn't sleep, couldn't lay down, couldn't stand, couldn't sit, couldn't do nothing without pain. Go back, still nothing. Go back the next morning after they gave me new meds. Oh, you fractured your tailbone. You broke this. You broke that. You did this. You did that. After 3 times, bruh. My ankle, same shit. My elbow, same shit. My ribs, same shit. Doctors are stupid as fuck, bro. And they fuck the nurses. They do a bunch of fuck shit, bro. I don't fuck with doctors, bro. I really don't. You go to college, bro, you see all the people that are going for nursing and to be doctors, they're out at the bars every night. They're not good people. They're not. Straight up. Fuck doctors and fuck nurses. If you're not a surgeon or a physical therapist, get the fuck out, bro. My daily check or my 6-month checkup. Fuck that. Alright, now dentists, they're an exception. Dentist, yeah, you need... Do you need dentists? No. But if you don't like taking care of yourself, yes. You should. You should always go to a dentist. But do you need them? Hell no, bro. Hell no, bro. I'm not paying no fucking $400 for you to clean my teeth when I can clean my shit, bro. I don't need none of that, bro. I don't fuck with what's the word? People that are trying to act like they want to help you, but they don't at the same time, bro. I don't think there's doctors like that, bro. I really don't. You should know your body. And I rarely get sick, so that's why I say this shit, bro. Only time I've been to a doctor is when I fucked myself up, alright? And doctors don't know shit, bro. Nurses are just as stupid. They just suck the doctor's dick and get the fuck out every night to go to their boyfriend. Alright? Alright? I know 3 nurses at the University of Iowa. All whores. All cheaters. I know 1 person that's going to be a doctor. He's a fucking whore. Bro goes to the bar every night. Sleeps with a new girl. At least 2 girls a week. Like, bro. And you guys think I'm sitting here just making shit. I'm dead ass. I'm being dead ass. Go get you a blue collar man. Yeah, no. Go get you a blue collar man or a man that has his own business, bro. Or, man, my bad. I'm talking about women. Go get you a woman that will be a stay-at-home mom, that fears God, that loves her parents, and doesn't go out. I know there's not that many women out there, but I'm telling you, don't settle, bro. Or if you want, go find you a little emo bitch, switch her up. Go find you a moderate bitch, switch her up. That's what we have to do, bruh. That's what dudes have to do now. It's crazy because I'm going to be straight up. There's barely any good women. I'm a bad bitch. I got everything from my daddy. My daddy pays for everything, but I'm a bad independent woman. Sorry to break it to you, but you're not.
Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm warning you.
All right. This is what I don't understand. I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff.
You know what I don't understand? Why you keep fucking talking. Just shut the fuck up when he says, I don't want to talk, and dip.
Talking just like you're ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed?
Because I told you I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you've asked for an attorney. So, okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a fucking lawyer because I didn't do nothing. And obviously, you guys know I didn't do nothing because
I've been arrested for the same bullshit before, and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coat. Put me back in the cell. That's my home.
Interviewed you yet.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, homie's smart as hell for being a heroin
She needs me to make things
heroin addict.
for nature's path. So
Jeff has now asked for a lawyer and is once again refusing to answer questions. But we're only halfway through this footage, and Jeff's ability to defend himself and completely destroy this cop only gets better from here.
Here's what the deal is. I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I have enough evidence. No, you don't, bro. You would have put his ass in jail, bro. This fucking cop, gaslighting ass bitch, bro. And he goes home and does the same shit to his wife.
Yeah.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got, I mean, convince me. Because
Convince
I got
you?
a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
You don't, you little fucking hairline receding fuck. I'm sorry, these cops are stupid as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. These cops are stupid as fuck. Why do we have bad cops today, bro? Yesterday we had decent cops. Today is just a bunch of fucking
Why
idiots.
should I tell you that?
This is where the detective starts to become desperate. He knows he's running out of time, and so has completely abandoned any elaborate techniques or methods to try and get information out of him. He's now instead moved on to essentially just threatening him with false claims of evidence that he can easily use to convict Jeff. If all of this was true, he'd likely be trying to use it to intimidate Jeff into panicking and giving up more information. But instead, he uses a flimsy rhetoric, claiming that because Jeff hasn't helped him, he won't help Jeff.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name.
Well, why would you do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit.
This cop's a moron, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This cop is an idiot. This fucking bum, bro. You're 30 years old, your hairline's receding, and you can't even outsmart a heroin addict, bro. Get on with your life, dog. Get on, man. Wrong profession.
You know anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer.
This cop, I'm sorry, this cop's a dumbass. This guy might be the dumbest cop of all.
That doesn't mean dick.
Now the detective is desperately trying to bargain with Jeff. If he helps the cops out, they'll put in a good word with his parole officer. But Jeff immediately realizes that means absolutely nothing. What does a gold star mean if you're stuck in prison for 20 years? This further enforces the idea that cops have absolutely nothing to convict Jeff with, and also shows that they know they're running out of time. Jeff has asked for a lawyer, yet they're still sitting there questioning him, as if that's not a blatant violation of the rights that they have read to Jeff on 3 separate occasions. They know that if they don't get anything out of him soon, their time will run out, and Jeff is watching the clock.
Can't they only hold him for 48 hours?
For the next 4 minutes of the interrogation, Jeff continues to deny and combat anything the police say to him. They bring up the gun that he was found with, continue to try and strike a deal, and even try to scare him by taunting him with what being back in prison would be like, and without any of the drugs he's grown a dependency to. But throughout all of this, Jeff stays totally stone-faced. He knows he's almost won.
I'm done, man. Fuck this. I'm not even answering. All this shit that I just said is gonna be fucking written in the discovery now, right?
What? You haven't said nothing.
I mean, every little stupid thing that you've asked me, dude, is gonna be in the discovery.
I'm not even gonna do discovery.
The prosecutor is.
Okay. So, you halfway know the system, how things work, we halfway don't. Am I right?
This cop's an idiot.
No, that the only reason I came up here is to get a fucking coat.
Okay.
And I got it. But now I want a Butterfinger.
But that's not gonna happen for a while.
What, the Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Why not? I need to go to the hospital. I'm coughing up blood.
Okay.
Let's
Let's go to the hospital.
For the last few hours, the police have been questioning a man who is clearly in pain, denying him access to the legal prescription drug that would help him deal with his issues, and questioning him repeatedly on a crime for which they have no evidence for. All the while, Jeff dealt with this as casually as possible, asking for sodas and chocolate bars. Jeff knew misspeaking at any point could lead him down a slippery slope, so he exerted his rights in the perfect way, and 12 hours later, it's recorded that he was released from custody and sent on his merry way. It's also reported that from here, Jeff began to turn his life around. He's off heroin, and now spends his time uploading to the same YouTube channel the footage from this video was uploaded.
W Jeff, bruh. W fucking Jeff.
He makes music and even gives extra tips on how to avoid the police tricks.
There we go. Hey, W Jeff. That's how you turn your fucking life around, bro. Good shit. That just put the cherry on top. Fuck those cops, and he said literally fuck you. He said, I ain't got more money than you now. Remember when that cop was like, oh, but we're definitely getting paid more than you, and so we can sit here.
What happens when the suspects think they're smarter than the detective, but get quickly put in their place? Well, that's exactly what happened to David Wright on the 17th of February 2019, when he and his friend Christopher headed to a drug deal at
Alright, let me guess. I get a chance to guess what drug of choice. It's either meth or heroin. Their eyes are two for cocaine, alright? And don't say I'm an expert, alright? My parents were junkies. My parents, bro, okay, one more thing, one more little rant. My parents did so many hard drugs before I was born. I think it actually I think that's why my immune system is fucking iron. All right, you guys may call me crazy, bro, but that's the one thing that's the one gift they gave me from their hard drugs was a crazy strong immune system. I'm not even gonna, bro, call me crazy.
3:40 a.m. But this was no ordinary drug deal. It was actually a setup for a robbery.
Alright, my bad.
On both sides. David demanded his buyer.
They both were going to rob each other. Motherfucker was going to take the drugs, take the money. Motherfucker was going to take the money and the drugs. It was a flip. Bro, you guys are stupid.
Hand over their belongings, to which they responded by pepper spraying Chris and running. Seconds later, David drew a revolver from his waist and fired a single shot into Raul Quadros' chest, killing him instantly.
Bro.
David and Chris fled the scene and buried the revolver in a field, and went about their nights confident there was no way they could be caught. But unfortunately, they were almost immediately identified through multiple cameras around the area everything went down in. David was brought in 2 days later, but still believed the cops would never find him guilty, and that his extraordinary intellect would carry him through the case.
Yeah, fuck this dude.
How wrong he was.
So, like I said, I mean, it's already been in the media. 4 people have been arrested. It's not like we don't know what happened to some extent, but there's always more that we don't know from every single party, right?
Just off the rip, bro, this female is better than any of those male cops or detectives. All right. So when I say females don't deserve to be cops or shouldn't be cops, that's on the street. I don't think that there should be any female cops on the street. All right. I'm not saying that they're not as smart. I'm just saying physically, we can't deny it. Now, when it comes to detective work and interrogating, yes. Female cop, call me crazy. I think they should be the head detectives. The female cops or the female detectives. They should be the ones questioning. This is going to sound bad, but they're better at getting in heads. They're better at, what's the word? Especially the male or men. They can probably you know what I mean. They can work their magic, bro. All right, men will be able to see. All right, we got this motherfucker shook, bro. Like, this cop ain't got shit on me, bro. He's hard headed. He's definitely gonna go back into the station and get bitched out because he can't get no info from me. Females, bro, they're some of the hardest motherfuckers to read, bro. If if you got a smart female, Madeline's smart female. She's a smart female. She knows when to fucking. She reads shit and then she'll do shit. That's why we need them cops up at. We need to put them up in here, bro. Getting in them heads of them criminals straight up. The dudes, they're just so fucking hard headed. They don't know what the fuck to do. Their egos get in the way, straight up. But females, I mean, look at how she just came out. Look at how she started this bitch off.
There's always more that we don't know.
She's not blaming him. She's not accusing him of shit. She's just saying, oh, we're missing parts and pieces. Can you help us put them together?
Every single party, right? Everybody has a little piece of the puzzle. We don't necessarily get the truth from everybody.
Bro, okay, I'm just going to let her go. Let her cook.
I would like to hear from you what happens.
Well, I have no clue. I'm just now hearing about this. So,
I mean, the whole, I don't know what you're talking about, is kind of out the door at this point. I got several people who have already identified you. You're identified on video. So it's not a question of that you were there. It's more a question of what led up to this. Because I don't think this is what was actually supposed to happen. Right? So you're just going to play that?
She almost had him. She should have stayed quiet. One more thing. After you ask this question, just stay quiet. This is like selling. This is like a businessman. First person to speak loses. After a question like this, first person to speak loses. That's just how it's like. I don't want to say too much, but
was actually supposed to happen, right?
Now you just pause. You just wait for him to talk. That's all you do.
So you're just going to play that you have no idea what happened because you weren't there?
I was not, no.
Not only was David identified by multiple people through CCTV footage, but he also had no alibi, and Facebook messages were recovered discussing details of the alleged drug deal. David was there at the time of the murder. The detective is just trying to uncover the details of exactly what happened and why. But David is having none of it and has a plan to outplay the detectives.
It's not helpful to you, really, to just be quiet and not say anything. Because what I have are people who are looking out for themselves because they don't want to catch charge. So they're going to dime you off. They're not looking out for you.
So you believe somebody that's going to tell you that somebody else did something to save their own ass?
Well, with all the additional evidence, yes.
I've been out of jail for all of a week and a half. I've spent almost every minute of it with my girlfriend. As for, did I plan to kill anybody? Did I kill anybody? No. I didn't.
So when I look at the GPS on your phone, it's not going to tell me that. It's going to tell me that you were with your girlfriend the whole time. That you never were. We're over at Jack in the Box.
It should.
And the only reason you might tell me that is because maybe you didn't take your phone.
Or maybe somebody else had my phone. It's been known to happen. Quite often, actually. My phone has been. I left it in one person's car, and it took me a day and a half to get it back.
When was that?
That was earlier in the week, and then I let somebody use my phone. They were supposed to just go to 7-Eleven to go meet somebody that was selling something to an offer up. And they had apparently 7 or 8 things that they had to do between then and when they got back to the house.
So what day was that?
I don't remember.
And who was that?
That was the guy that goes by Memphis. It's a nickname. I think his first name's Joe. Black guy.
David's only current alibi and defense is that maybe somebody else had his phone and was at the drug deal instead. He also backs up his story by saying he doesn't remember exactly which day everything occurred on, something that can't directly be proven or disproven. However, for this to be true, that person with his phone would also have to dress exactly the same as David, have access to his Facebook account, and according to his own description of the perp, change the color of his skin. It's not looking too likely.
You know why you're hearing what's going on. I mean,
brother, man.
You're literally the last person we've talked to. And the only person that has an allegiance to you is Chris. I mean, obviously people are not going to be shy about telling us who was there and who did what. And plus, we have video. There's video at the Chevron. There's video at the Shell. You know that we have all your co-suspects under arrest. All I want from you is a reason. I understand what happened. I just need to know why.
The only person I know you have under arrest is Chris.
Okay. We have Cody under arrest, and we have Tannehill. What's his name? Ray.
Ray.
He's in custody as well. We have his car, the car that was used, the car that was
Everybody knows.
in our impound. They are all under arrest. Chris is under arrest because we viewed messages on the phones that organized picking you up. Those same messages from you to Cody. We have them on their phone. We've already viewed them. We have the Facebook communications between Chris and Brianna setting up the deal that happened where you guys showed up at the Chevron and walked down. This is how this plays out. Your girlfriend's going to be dumb enough to provide you an alibi on a murder charge. And then she's going to get roped up in a murder as an accessory. If you care about that person, you have just set her up for failure. And if you want your girlfriend jammed up because you just set her up for it, then that's your choice.
You can't threaten me with jamming her up.
It's not a threat, man. I'm just telling you how it plays out. Like, I'm going to go talk to her, and she's going to be dumb enough to lie for you when I got video evidence that you weren't with her. Like, dude, I get it. Like, you had a quick come up, right? I get it. I don't think you were a stone cold killer. I don't. Like, if you accidentally shot the dude because you flinched.
Oh, he's the motherfucker that shot him?
Because of something he did, now is the time. If you come up with that stuff later, nobody is going to believe a word you say.
How the fuck would somebody accidentally shoot somebody?
Because if your finger's on the trigger, it's called a sympathetic reflex. It happens to police officers all the time.
I think that's a term that's been come up with just to cover their asses for shooting people.
Well, you can try to make it about that. I'm talking about you.
I wouldn't know. Never shot anybody.
There is a lot of merit for staying silent in an interrogation like this. In fact, in most cases, it's usually the best course of action, coupled with asking for a lawyer as soon as possible. But here, David is trying to outright deny any association with the case.
Hey, wake up, chat.
Directly linked to it through multiple sources. All he's doing now is making it worse on himself and those around him. But his ego is telling him otherwise.
Where do I go from here? And you're the police officer, reverse roles. You're the cop. You're sitting over here trying to figure out if this dude has any remorse for what he did or if he's just worried about getting in trouble. How would you proceed?
I'm not worried about getting in trouble. I didn't do shit.
I'll just be upfront with you. We got Cody's phone. The one that shows your phone number and your address and the communications between you two. Like, I have it. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just laying it out for you because that's what
I met up with somebody doesn't mean that I went with them to go do something.
This seemingly plain statement actually carries more weight to it than you might realize. The detective presented David with a piece of concrete evidence that he's saying puts him dead to rights, to which he responds by confirming he had indeed met with Cody, but it went no further than that. Again, it seems like nothing. But now the detectives know this tactic works on David, they can attempt to use the wealth of other evidence they have to slowly extract a full confession from him.
Okay. So, when did you meet up with Cody then?
1, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
On what day?
Either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay. Where did you meet up?
Over by my house.
Okay. And who was with him?
That I don't know.
Was he alone?
When I met up with him, yes.
So why did you meet up with the dude that you didn't know?
Because my friend Chris had asked me to.
Okay. And so what happened after that?
Well, he had tried to proposition me for a handgun.
Mm-hmm.
I told him I didn't have one.
Okay.
So.
Did he say why?
No.
So you guys meet up, you have this conversation, then what happens?
He leaves.
And how did he leave?
Well, I walked back to my house, and he walked back to whatever vehicle he was in.
Why did you leave that out when we first started talking? You think that might be important that the guy under arrest for murder came to your house looking for a gun?
Well, if I had given him a gun, then I think that would be important.
Well, it shows his intent. I mean, of course it's relevant to the case, right?
People buy guns for all sorts of reasons now.
Yeah, but in this instance, there was a murder. So they went on their way. Just the Cody dude, and did you actually talk to the other guy in the car? How does he know who you are then?
Maybe my name was mentioned when they were coming to meet me.
But he didn't see you.
Unless he seen me when he was parked.
But you didn't see the car.
I didn't look for the car. Unless I'm coming to meet somebody at their vehicle, I don't ask what vehicle they're in.
Well, that's not, and again, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to insult you, but that's not very smart. You're meeting somebody to sell guns, and you're not going to watch around you to see where they come and go? Not
He
very
was
smart.
referred to me by somebody that I trust.
Okay. I would still be on my six.
So you clearly have a general distrust of the police. Is that fair to say?
I distrust almost everybody.
Being honest with you about the information that we have, trying to give you an opportunity. And I mean, you've already said flat out you don't believe that he has that information. But I mean, with everything he's told you, you have to know that what he's telling you is true.
Well, whatever you have, you've got from people that may not necessarily be giving you information for the best of reasons. So
Take the people out of this. Take them out. Who cares about the people? We've got other stuff. Communications and all those types of things. The video. So it's not just that people are telling us this. We're not relying 100% on people. If we did that, we'd be stupid, right? I like to think I'm not that dumb. You take a totality of everything that we have, we know you're involved. And for you to sit here and just say that you don't have anything to do with it doesn't make any sense.
I think that you guys have me confused with somebody else.
This interview has now been going on for over 40 minutes, and almost no progress has been made. Forcing him into a corner with evidence doesn't seem to be working, and neither does running through the events of the night, or even explaining what...
Peak performance starts with prioritizing rest. Recover smarter.
No.
Why what he's doing is a bad idea for him. So instead, the detectives almost completely switch up and begin to threaten him with the consequences of his actions on his own friends.
Dude, you're not this guy. You know you're not this guy. If you were, this conversation would be different.
Yeah, I'm obviously not this guy.
I meant the dick that is letting everybody else go down for him. I meant that type of guy. That's not you. You have a reputation as being a stand-up dude.
I think that whatever those guys did, if it leads to you believing that they were accomplices and accessories and everything like that,
Yeah.
would be their own fault if they fucking hang for it.
Really? Even though, hypothetically, you're the person who pulled the trigger? So even though somebody else pulls the trigger, you're good with those guys going down. Your homie Chris, you're good with him going down. And I get it, you don't have any allegiance to these other two dudes. I understand that. But you're good with Chris going down. Getting 20 years off of what you did. You're good with that?
If you guys have him orchestrating and setting up something like this, then that's an own thing.
It's his own fault that you shot somebody. It's his own fault that you didn't do things the right way. That's his fault.
I ain't shoot nobody. He should put himself around better people.
Okay. You know he's going to read this, right? I mean, he's going to have disclosure.
It's fine. I'd much rather not see my friend get in trouble, but if by you saying that you guys want me to tell you that I did something that I didn't do...
Fair enough. I don't want you to tell me that you did something you didn't do. That's not what I want. I want you to admit to what you did do. Because it's not even a question that you did it.
If it wasn't a question, you wouldn't be sitting here trying to get me to admit to something I didn't do.
I would, because it's the right thing to do. You may not trust the police, but I don't want to jam up all these other dudes on a murder one charge.
Yeah, they do, bro. Yes, you do.
You did. Because it's not right in my mind that other people go down for something that serious off of what somebody else did. So I do care about that. That's why I'm talking to you.
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy.
You don't care about those dudes?
I'm not saying I don't care about them. I'm saying that you're talking to the wrong guy because I didn't do shit.
That's
and I think that
that's not what innocent people say.
Innocent people that actually give a
Yeah, no. You know how many people I've had in that chair, man? Thousands. You don't give a fuck. That's you. Like, enjoy your time. I don't care. Then I don't have any hard feelings for you. I'm just going to move on to my next case. I just want you to know this isn't about you. This isn't personal. Like, you can say you don't care, but I actually think you do. I think you're being...
So, with that said, you agree that there's nothing more to say, right?
If you don't want to talk to me, there isn't.
Well, I don't want to talk to somebody that's going to keep on calling me a liar.
I have yet to call you a liar.
You've made the implication that I'm lying to you.
Because you are. But there's a difference between calls.
Alright, come on, cop. Dude, alright, get the bitch talking again. This guy's a fucking idiot, too.
Someone a liar and then pointing out inaccuracies in their story. There's a big difference. One is disrespectful. The other is not. Have I been disrespectful to you? Have I been disrespectful to you? Have I insulted you or come at you hard or done anything other than
You called me a liar. Yes, you did.
You were lying.
I'm not lying.
Do you not freely admit that you lied to me in this interview?
Where did I lie to you?
About meeting up with Cody, about being home, not going out at all, and then now you periodically are going out. Would you not concede that both of those things were lies?
I don't go farther than a couple blocks from my house on foot to meet somebody very quickly and come back.
Okay. That's not what you told me.
That's
So you
pretty
don't
much
leave
being
your
home.
house? I don't leave my house. I was home all weekend with my girlfriend. It's on tape, man. There ain't no secret.
Dude, I've got to walk my dog. Of course I leave the house. Periodic.
Okay.
But as for did I go anywhere?
So you were never at Casino in Evergreen, anywhere near there within 3 or 4 blocks Saturday night. I just want to make sure that we have this down.
Let's see. How far is the Starbucks on Evergreen?
Which Starbucks?
The one on 75th.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that.
Okay, yeah, then no, I wasn't.
Okay. So you're at the Starbucks on 75th?
Earlier in the evening, yeah, like 8 or 9 o'clock, something like that.
Well, that's not home. Did you lie to me? I don't even get a smile out of that one? I didn't get you on that one? I feel like I got you on that.
Alright, get this dude off the fucking mic, bro. Get the bitch on the fucking mic.
Blatantly caught in a lie. It might not seem like it yet, but David is starting to get uncomfortable. If it's not been obvious throughout the whole video, the only thing he cares about is his own ego. So now that that's been damaged, he's immediately on the back foot. And it's up to the detective to keep pushing and try to get him to move just that little bit further.
Man.
Were you with someone?
Yeah.
Who?
Another woman.
Who was that?
Not gonna tell you that because she'd be very upset.
Yeah, but it's a homicide. They can help prove that you weren't involved.
How?
Because if you're with her, right, that gets my timeline tighter. So you're with her from 8 to when?
Not very long.
So you don't
Half hour at most.
So you don't want to tell me who that is?
I really don't.
Okay. Were you in a car? You're on foot?
I rode my bicycle.
Till 75th? Then how'd you get home?
I got a ride from her with my bicycle in the back of her SUV.
So there was a car. Did I get you there? I feel like I got you there too. Yeah,
Saturday
I appreciate it.
night,
I'm just
Sunday
looking for
morning.
honesty, man. I mean, at this point, I feel comfortable that you have lied to me several times. I'm looking for honesty so that I can rule you out.
If you asked where I was Saturday night, Sunday morning.
I did.
Yeah. So, Sunday morning, late Saturday night.
Yeah.
Doesn't cover 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, okay. So then let's rewind. So Saturday morning to 8 o'clock, where were you?
Most of the time, at home.
Can you just lay it out for me? Why do I gotta pull it out of you? I'm asking where you were, man, so I can rule you out.
For the first time in an hour he's been sat in the interrogation room, David moves his hand from his lap and adjusts his cap. His hands have also been moving around very slightly and he's been stuttering over his words. His ego has been properly bruised, and he's starting to get very uncomfortable. If provoked, narcissists such as David are likely to suddenly snap in an instinctive effort to prove that they are smart and in control, but often give up all the information the cops need to catch them dead to rights. So the detective keeps up his no-nonsense direct questions to try and get him to crack.
The only places that I go, usually, I go to 7-Eleven.
Okay.
The little Asian market if, we need tubes and tobacco for rolling cigarettes, but that's not very often.
Okay.
Walgreens.
Yeah. But Saturday, did you go to those places? I don't need to know where you generally go. I need to know where you went Saturday.
I probably went to 7-Eleven at some point.
Any idea what time?
I go when I need something or want something.
I understand, but that's why I'm asking. Any time? Do you remember wanting or needing something on Saturday?
No, I don't, because I don't feel like I need to track every one of my movements and shit like that, because I don't need to have a Loctite schedule of what I'm doing and where I'm going. As long as I'm at DOC on Thursdays between 1 and 3, and I make my appointments with Ideal Options, then it doesn't seem like a big deal to me where I go.
Okay, unless you're being charged with murder, and it kind of is a big deal, right?
Yeah, but if I don't pay attention to and keep track of these things, how the fuck am I going to tell you where I was without lying to you then? Because I don't know exactly when I was there.
Well, you could at least try.
Yeah, I would try. If it can rule you out as a suspect in a homicide, I would try.
Yeah, well, where I was Saturday during the day has no bearing on where I was Saturday night, Sunday morning.
It does. Absolutely it does. Because I can show you wearing different clothes. Or I can show you wearing the same clothes. Right? That's pretty important. Do you agree? I can show that you were with somebody else and not with these people.
People change their clothes. People meet other people.
Oh, no question. But if I'm chipping away at that timeline, right, it can be exculpatory for you. Meaning that it excludes you as a suspect.
It is boring.
Sweet.
So,
come on.
Explain your words.
Get to the part where you admit shit, bro. Come on, bro. I ain't trying to sit here. Okay, we got a minute.
So, smooth past it.
The fact that you're talking to me like I'm a child.
I'm not talking to you like a child. How did I talk to you like a child? Tell me when.
I think I've been to explain a word that you're using to me.
Most people don't know what that word means. I apologize.
Most people are fucking idiots.
Okay, you can pretend you're getting upset about it, but you're really not.
Alright, that's the first thing that cop said. That's actually smart or funny. That's funny.
Because you lied. You lied. And I don't actually think I called you a liar. I did say you lied, but I don't think I actually called you a liar. So, I'll call it to you now so we can just move past it. You are a liar. You have lied. Do you want to tell me what happened or not?
Couldn't tell you because I don't know.
Fair enough. We'll end up close the tape out for you right now.
Should have done that a long time ago when I said the conversation was over.
Okay. Whatever you say, partner.
And so it seems the conversation truly was over, as from then on, David refused to even say another word, choosing not to exercise his perfect vernacular anymore. And predictably, he didn't last long in court. Given that he made no attempt to defend himself or cooperate with detectives, he was faced with the maximum possible sentence. David was also already a convicted felon with charges of arson, burglary, vehicle theft, and 35 other misdemeanors dating all the way back to 1999. So, in October of 2020, 33-year-old David Wright was sentenced to 40 years in prison without the possibility of parole.
My name is Cecilia.
Hey.
I'm mom of 2 girls.
That's gonna do it for that video, man. Ain't nobody give a fuck about you, bitch. Alright, my bad. No disrespect. Hey, man, YouTube, if you guys like the video, man, make sure to like and subscribe, bro. All the fucking support helps me, man. I love you guys, and I thank you. Matter of fact, I think we're at like 25 subs now on YouTube, so I thank you guys so much, and I appreciate it. Hey, it's time for Siege and Grounded, man. It is time for some Siege and some Grounded. I don't know why my hair is like this today, bro. It's just not cooperating. But yeah, we're gonna get on Siege and Grounded 2, man. I will see y'all later. Peace.